Hey guys, today we are going to do a battle between Stirling residents and
Landmark.
Hello, let's say let's go there, hello.
I must say let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
Wow, it really took you quite a bit of time to say that.
So these are the rules. Rule number 1, we have 1 minute to talk about each section of our project pointers.
And right at the 1 minute mark, I will cut into whatever Shawn is saying and there will be no interruptions otherwise.
And of course, rule number 3 is that we can choose to use our timing to say the pros of our project or the cons of the other person's project.
My name is Ivan and I'm on Team Stirling Residence. And I'm gonna show you and tell you why this is so much better.
And I'm Shawn and I'm on Team Landmark. And I'm very excited about Landmark because I just think it's one of the best entry price to the CBD living, yeah? So Landmark is situated in a place where there is multiple growth factors, and one of the most common main issues is actually when we talk about growth story, right? Many of other project growth stories like 20 years, 30 years in the future, and that takes too long. By the time the growth area comes up, the price of the project will probably stay stagnant for a while. However, Landmark actually have 2 main core growth. Number 1, she's tapping on the SGH campus, which is already ongoing and will be continuously improving. So tenant pool are there. And secondly, of course, we look at the mid to long term perspective. Then we have the Greater Southern Waterfront. So these two are very exciting short to long-term growth area, which just makes Landmark such an attractive project. Not to mention, one more bonus point is that it's not only that, it's also beside not 1, not 2, but 3 empty plot of land. And if you know what does empty plot of land mean, it just means that there are future projects coming up, which means also in the short to mid term, there is just going to be more and more growth in terms of price point, because land cost in Singapore is going to be more and more expensive.
Our time is up. Okay, so wow, you know what, Shawn, I absolutely agree exactly whatever you're saying. But the thing is it better or is it even better, right, to have something with even more growth opportunities? Obviously, yes. So when it comes to Stirling residents, right, not just having like whatever access that Landmark has, right, to all the growth opportunities, there's also One North, okay, and this One North is definitely growing right now, and there's going to be even more growth potential ahead. So the thing is, would you rather be limited to what the Landmark has, or you want it to be open to even more potential? Obviously, Stirling residents will be the obvious choice here.
Yes, that One North. I know you're staying near there, that's why you're so for One North. However, guys, Landmark is pretty much almost right smack in CBD. Yeah, it's just like a few minutes car ride, Grab ride, motorbike ride, walking even distance to many jobs available there. So you don't need to depend on the One North story. And not to mention, actually, it's also not that far off from One North, by the way, Landmark. And that's the beautiful thing about this project.
I want to check in with you, like, what is the year of estimated TOP for the Landmark? Maybe you can like enlighten me.
It's 2025.
Oh, 2025! Stirling Residence is 2022! Oh, if you buy Stirling Residence, you can get the keys earlier, you can rent it out, you can pay less progressive interest. Oh my god, 2025!
Landmark have really awesome, huge demand drivers over here. Number 1 is near to good schools. So it's near to River Valley Primary School, which is just one of the top schools in Singapore, and that just makes this project so much more attractive. I think also not only that, once again, it's so near to CBD, it's just a short distance drive, Grab ride to CBD area, and also most importantly, of course, it's near to not 1 but 2 MRT stations. So if I'm not wrong, it should just cover like 6 to 7 minutes walk to Chinatown MRT, another 6 to 7 minutes walk to Outram, which then of course that's where the upcoming Thomson East Coast Line is coming up. So just there's more connectivity, not only to jobs but to many other places as well. And of course, if you guys are nature lovers as well, it's also beside this Pearls Hill City Park, one of the rarer few parks within the city, within the CBD area, and therefore just this makes a very nice place to live in. Not to mention, finally, if you even look at surrounding project, it's priced very beautifully, much cheaper as compared to surrounding competitive projects such as One Burbank as well. So compared to One Burbank and Landmark, this just makes it so much attractive.
Okay, if you are talking about Stirling residents, right? Well, I would say that it's like pretty similar to Landmark. And the thing about Shawn talking about good schools, right? In Singapore, all schools are good schools. So don't worry about that. So even though River Valley is a more popular school, Stirling Residence is also not too far from Queenstown Primary. So okay, still have access to like schools within a 1 kilometer radius. And if you are talking about accessibility, it's also like 500 meters from the nearest MRT. So for Stirling Residence, it's very convenient and it's good enough lah. Come on, you don't need like multiple MRT stations, right? In this video, you don't need multiple MRT stations. Oh, it's always about having extra choices. Who wants to stay near one MRT when you can stay near two MRT? Okay, of course, obviously, like having more access to like different MRT stations is better, right? But one is better than nothing, you see? So that's good enough.
One thing I wouldn't want to say is that I'm going to add on to my point is that, you know what, this landmark is near to Chinatown, and Chinatown is just such a bustling place. Pretty much any amenities you want, shopping, cheap goodies, right? Chinese New Year, wow, you know, will be very happening over there. I think it's just such a beautiful place to just live in, which then, of course, I believe Stirling Residences have no such thing. Yeah?
If you're talking about Chinese New Year, right, it's just going to happen like once a year. Like, why do you want to buy near a place for an activity that happens once a year? By the way, I love Chinese New Year.
Where's the nearest mall to Stirling Residences? Come on.
You don't need malls, you need MRTs.
Right, so landmark, that's why it makes it so much more attractive. It's walking distance to People Park complex and everything, and of course the mall over there and everything. So it's so nice. Everything you want, all the eateries, everything is all there. Therefore, come on, man, I think it's a hands down winning factor for landmark.
Hey, come on, if you're staying near Stirling Residence, it's even closer to MRT as compared to the landmark. So you can just take the MRT to any mall nearby. By the way, one station away or 2 stations away is already Star Vista, but there's a lot of good food
and
over there.
And learning from you,
and
right?
One North is over there.
Is always better than one.
Okay, 2 is obviously better than 1, but it's so way much accessible to the One North area if you're talking about Stirling Residence. So obviously, Stirling Residence is better. If you're talking about price, right, the first kind of like unit size we are going to be looking at is the 1-bedroom units. And if you're talking about Stirling Residence, the size starts at 441 square feet. It's like one of the smallest units around, and this is very important because small units are going to be way rarer in the whole Singapore moving forward. So the thing is, the starting quantum is going to be 1.03 million for a 32 floor. Okay, it's going to be high floor and like 1 million, about 1 million quantum for a 1-bedroom. So the thing is, this is like, again, so near to the One North area and near to the CBD area, like what Shawn said earlier, right? So the thing is, I would say that it's way more competitive.
Okay, so unless you want to hear from a broken record like I will keep saying one off, and there's no other pointer to really argue against, right? You think about it, one off please, just old news. Okay, let's talk about one better price point. Okay, you know what? I'm just taking the 18th floor from Landmark and it's selling at just 1.12 million, just not far off from the 32-story of Stirling Residences. And I believe you guys will agree as well. 18-story, 32-story, I believe the view still about there. Same, right? But the main thing over here, the main difference is that in Landmark, you're then staying in the CBD area as compared to Stirling Residences. Of course, then once again, you got 2 MRT, not 1 MRT. And of course, when you look at PSF perspective as well, of course, Landmark is built just slightly bigger, 495 square feet, a lot much more livable. And most importantly, a PSF is lower, but the price point is really just not too much of a difference. So therefore, rental and everything, I believe, is easily going to match up with Stirling Residences when it comes to rental yield, just from its more superior location.
Well, we see Shawn says that I'm like speaking like a broken record. He himself is talking about the 2 MRT stations again and again. Come on now, you don't have anything else to say. But the thing is this, you see, when I keep talking about One North, right, there is a reason, because this is the important point. So the thing is the One North is going to bring about a lot more jobs. Like you see, Shopee is there, Grab is there, you're going to have more jobs, and with the whole job creation, right, this is where demand for occupancy is there. So even if you read the most recent news, you see like the hostels in like the NUS and like NTU, right, they are going to be reducing the number of people staying in the hostels. And when that happens, right, think about it, where are the students going to live? Are they going to be like living in the Landmark or living in like more nearby condos, right? If they're going to be living in like more nearby condos, this is where we talk like Stirling Residence is going to benefit, right? Not at the Landmark, right, which is 2025.
No, I don't see why wouldn't anyone rent the landmark. I just have no idea why we even say that statement itself. I think the landmark once again is near to the hospital, is near to CBD area. I believe the rental demand is going to be equally as high as Stirling residents, if not higher. If not, I believe very confidently, in fact higher, because of the amenities that's so close to let the landmark as compared to Stirling. Residents around surrounding, not much things to really talk about. Yeah.
Okay lah, I just let you win sometimes lah. Okay, so yes, I will agree that demand will be about similar for both lah. But sometimes Stirling residents may be even better.
Is already saying very good for you already. Hello, I think it's going to be way better, bro. The 2-bedder, 2-bath in the landmark is actually pretty attractive as well. It's just priced at 1.5+ million for a 22-story unit. And I think that's very attractive because I believe the rental itself should be able to cover majority of the mortgage, and that makes it attractive as an investment unit. PSF, very competitive as well, 2,200+ PSF, size 6, 7, 8 square feet, very livable space. Yeah, and I talk about 3-bedders as well. I think, it's okay. 3-bedders at 2.29 million is really targeted more for homestays. It's built just slightly bigger at 1,076 square feet. PSF slightly lower, 2,135 for a 5th floor unit. So I think overall, I would say the landmark, I think is a very nice mixture of the 2-bedders and 3-bedders. Overall, I believe that the rental there is still going to be good. So I believe the rental yield, for my estimate, is probably going to hit about 3% or very close to 3%, and that makes it a very attractive entry price for a project that is basically just beside or within the CBD area itself.
Well, if you talk about Stirling residents, right, for the 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom, they are sold out. So if you're talking about popularity, right, it's like by the popularity vote, these are all sold out and all gone. So you can't even buy if you want to. So maybe you can see it as superior. But just look at the whole price point for the 3-bedroom. The 3-bedroom are actually sold for about 1,600+ per square feet to about 1,800+ per square feet. But how much is landmark going for again? 2,100+. Oh, I think the premium is there lah for landmark. So in other words, right, Stirling residents has been a very cost-efficient choice. And even if you look at the quantum for the 3-bedroom, right, it was like going for 1.4+ million to up to like 1.6 million. So in terms of affordability, it's so much more affordable.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna agree with you for once. I think the 3-bedder for Stirling residents, not bad lah, not bad lah. 1.6+ million for a 3-bedder. 1,600+ square feet, 1,800+ PSF is really quite cheap, yeah, I gotta say. But as you said, bro, sold out. So nothing to argue.
Just say congratulations to those who have bought lah.
Wait. I don't think sold out because it's very, very good. It's just sold out because it's been in the market for a much longer time. Landmark has only been launched for what, less than a year, yeah. Whereas Stirling resident has been around for the longest period of time. So it's going to TOP in 2022 leh. So of course it's going to be sold out. If it's not sold out, then you got to be a bit more concerned about that particular project. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Shawn, for the information that yes, Stirling residents go TOP like in 2022. So yeah, so that's why it's so much better, right?
Yeah, but nonetheless, I think if you talk about 2-bedder, 2-bath, pretty much, you know what, the landmark price point pretty similar to Stirling residences. Yes, it's going to TOP slightly later because it's a newer project. But hey, you know what? The price point in 2025 versus the price point in 2021 today or 2022, I believe that there's going to be likely to have a slightly more capital appreciation upside, given the fact that it's almost the same PSF, almost the same price, but yet it's basically based on a 2025 price projection. But yet you're paying about the same price as of today, comparing to Stirling residences.
So ultimately, I would say that for those people who have already bought the 3-bedroom units at the Stirling residence, right, they made a very good move.
Yeah, I 100% agree on that. I think the price point actually pretty shocked me as well. It's cheap lah. It's cheap lah, really cheap lah. And it's built to be more compact. So as an investment, I think that will also make a lot of sense. However, of course, to me personally, I think the landmark is very attractive for 1-bedder and 2-bedders. I think it's pretty obvious to me when you put side by side with Stirling residences. The price point is really not much of a difference, but yet the location to be is way more superior.
Well, I think the winning point for Stirling residents is the 1-bedroom is really small, 441 square feet. Yeah, it's quite rare to find it anymore. But the per square feet is no joke, 2,338 per square feet. Yeah.
Yeah, so overall, I think both projects are pretty decent for investment. You've gotten in earlier for Stirling residences. I think congrats to you. I think still pretty good price point. Especially 3 bedrooms is very attractive. But if not, then I still think, honestly, I think there's some opportunities in the landmark, given the price point comparing to the surrounding, like One Per Bank, etc. It makes it quite attractive as a project, as a price point to enter into.
Well, I hope you have learned something from this video, so make sure that you give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to our video so that you can learn more from us, and we'll be sharing about a lot more project comparisons. So once again, I'm Ivan
And I'm Shawn.
and thank you for watching. Bye!